Toastmaster guests and speech viewers. I am the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Nelson. I welcome you all on this great Friday evening, meeting number 628. I would like to begin by stating the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop our communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Some rules to be respected during the meeting. First rule, please turn off your noise-making device or put them in silent mode. Second, speakers are requested to refrain from your making any reference to politics, sex, and religion in their speeches. The audience are requested to mute your mic. No members of the audience will not be allowed to move in or out the meeting once the meeting has started. Once again, I welcome you all and best of luck. Please help me to welcome our President, Toastmaster Joseph. He is a vast experience in Toastmaster as well as his personal career. He is working in Saudi Arabia as a designer, uh, most experienced. I welcome you, President Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Nelson, for this introduction from you. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. For me, theme is drug overdose or daily dose or something like that. So drug is actually used in a two different meaning. One is for the better one and the other one for very bad one also. When you say drug, it takes you to somewhere else. Drug consumption can be expressed in cost, number of units, number of prescriptions by the physical quantity of drugs. However, these variables can be vary between regions and countries over time. This limits comparison of drug consumption at the international level. Daily dose is defined as the assumed average maintenance dose per day for a drug used for its main indication in adults. Daily drug consumptions are only assigned for medicine given to ATC codes. The DDC are allocated to drugs by WHO collaborating center in Oslo, working in close association with World Health Organization International Working Group on Drugs Statistic Methodology. Only DDs are not established for all medicines with an ATC code. Major drug groups without DDC are topical products, antineoplastics agents, or general and local anesthesists, ophthalmologicals and otologicals, allergen extracts, and contrast media. This is what the definition and general consideration of the daily drug growth. Now it is time for me to introduce the Jokemaster. The Jokemaster is no other than our walking dictionary of the club. She was the past president and established a golden era during her tenure. Let us join up hands in welcoming our walking dictionary Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph, and good evening, speech weavers, guests. Are you ready to be entertained? Yes?
Yes.
So I will try as the joke master to entertain you with some jokes, some dad jokes actually. Firstly, I want to ask you all a question. So you can unmute yourself and answer them in a creative fashion. So this is supposed to be a creative answer. Which is the nation we all hate? Which is the nation we all hate? Anybody?
Which is the
Come
nation?
on. Everybody hates.
We all hail.
Hate.
United Nation.
Something creative, not the normal answer. I mean, something tricky, funny.
Procrastination.
Okay, I'm looking for something else. Anybody? Okay,
Someone is from HR.
Resignations.
They will hate resignations.
Nice, very nice. Resignation, procrastination. Well, my answer is examination. How many agree? How many of you hate examination? Many of you. So today's Jokemaster role will revolve around questions, because we have examination as something that it will revolve around examination. Something really creative that students came up for questions. So in 4th grade, there was a question in the paper. Name a solid, name a liquid, name a gas. Can I ask Kamaya or, okay, I'll go with Pulkit. Pulkit, what do you think the student answered? Name a solid, name a liquid, name a gas, and she didn't answer properly. Okay, let me go. I won't kill you more. She wrote.
Ice cube.
It's much more than that. Name a solid, poop. Name a liquid, pee. Name a gas, fart. And then, next grade. Name 6 animals in the African subcontinent. And this person didn't know 6 animals. So she wrote 2 giraffes, 4 lions. Next grade. Explain what is hard water. And this student wrote, it's ice. Hard water is ice. Okay, now I'll bring some interaction. Priyanka here had 10 chocolates with her. And you, I'm referring to every one of you individually. You take some chocolates from Priyanka. Now Priyanka is now left with 3 chocolates. What do you get? What did you get? Any guesses?
Nothing. It's all with Priyanka.
All with Priyank.
A big tight slap for taking away 7 from her. And then the next one. This one is a high school student, and he goes to his father and he asks, his dad asks, what's your score in exam, son? And the son says, I got 15 out of 100, dad. The dad goes, don't call me dad anymore. Do not call me dad anymore. That's it. Come on, dad. It's my school test results, not DNA test results. Over to our president.
Thank you, Deepa, for that very beautifully. And I think it's a mathematical joke altogether, and it's a part of examination too. Thank you so much. Now it's time to introduce Toastmaster of the day. In other words, I would say a beautiful Toastmaster of the day. She's a founder of Elite Image Makeover and President of Image Management Professional Association. Certified Image Professional and Soft Skills Coach, Transformational Coach, Makeover Specialist, and a beautiful Toastmaster. That is what it is written here. I think I read it correctly. 10 years of experience with diverse clients running her own business. She's an engineering graduate. This engineering graduation, as far as I know, I'm also engineering, but it is a beauty engineering graduation, or I do not know. And there's one more thing. She has a munchkins. I cannot spell that one properly. Maybe it is a sibling. She loves to dance, play class, read books, listen to songs, and cook. She is interested in sports and swimming and badminton and throw ball. She is good in meditation, learning, enhancing, and transforming. This transforming, I do not know whether it is transforming from one gender to another gender or it is the same gender in a different way. No idea. However, if there is a contest in area level, let us say a beauty contest, and being a beautician, it is no other than Toastmaster Neelu will be the beauty queen of that area 92, District 92. Let us join hands in welcoming Toastmaster Neelu, the beauty queen. Over to you, Toastmaster Neelu.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Joseph. Oh my God, that's an interesting, that was a very interesting intro. I had given you something and you made it something else. A warm welcome to all the Toastmasters and dear guests here. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Speech Weavers 620th meeting. Our theme of the day is splendiferous. Before that, let me talk a little about Toastmasters for the benefit of our guest. Ralph C. Smedley was the founder of Toastmasters International, which is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. Toastmaster is the most efficient, supportive, enjoyable, and affordable way of gaining great communication skills by learning to effectively formulate and express your ideas. You open an entirely new world of possibilities. You will improve your interpersonal communication and be more persuasive and confident when giving speeches. Anyone who is willing to develop communication skills, leadership, teamwork, critical thinking, improve listening skills, and build a good network, just join Toastmasters, as there is no other platform that matches Toastmasters standard for developing public speaking. With this said, let me take you all to the splendiferous theme of the day, daily dose. Let me share my screen. So a lot of confusion is happening among many of us. You're able to see my screen, right? PPT? Yes. Today, I want to introduce you to your happy chemicals, an incredible framework for understanding happiness. The science of happiness tells us that happiness, like most of our emotion, is simply the result of releasing happiness-related chemicals into your brain. And specifically, 4 chemicals are potentially at play when you feel happy. And I'm feeling all that together now. The first one is the dopamine. The second one is the oxytocin. The third is the serotonin. And the fourth is endorphin. Each of these chemicals is released in response to different emotional states. So let's talk about each of these chemicals in turn. Dopamine, the reward chemical. Okay, can see this, right? Yes, dopamine, the reward chemical, is released in the brain when we expect a reward. And I think my day is made by Toastmaster Joseph releasing the dopamine chemical in me. It's that exciting feeling we get when we are about to be rewarded. For example, when you achieve a goal, over, or even when you simply take a step towards the achievement of your goal. Learning to ride a bike, playing an instrument, finishing a crossword puzzle, and getting a promotion, all this release dopamine in our brain. The next hormone is the oxytocin hormone. The love hormone is released when we feel trust. It's that good feeling when you are with someone you trust. It's similarly released through physical touch of our loved ones. As such, oxytocin is often called the love hormone. Before taking up the next two hormones, I would like to explain the meeting structure for today. The meeting is divided into three sections. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and pathways that they have chosen. The second part of the segment will be the table topic round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. This round is also known as the impromptu speech section. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and the final round is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as the other aspects of the meeting will be evaluated by general evaluator. As the Toastmaster of the day, it's my duty to introduce the role bearer who will assist me running of today's meeting. Let me introduce our general evaluator. General evaluator of today's meeting started his Toastmaster journey in 2016 as a hobby that eventually turned into passion. I'm sure he might have got that dopamine all the time. It turned into passion for him. To become the best public speaker, he believes in two quotes: live life to the fullest and be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. On the professional front, work as a sales manager for national supply companies. He supplies conveyors, belts, and lubricants. Now I call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Suhaan Abdul, to introduce his team. Over to you, general evaluator.
Neelu, you may want to stop sharing.
Yeah, no, wow. Okay. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, so I think all of you saw the Taggle team also, right? In the PPT, then fine. Yes. Over to you, general evaluator.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neelu. So, as a general evaluator, I will be evaluating the meeting from the beginning till the end, and I'll not be doing this alone by myself. I will also have a team of tag team where I'll be calling them one by one for the introduction too. So now let me call my first tag team. That's going to be the timer. And the timer is Toastmaster Nelson. I would like to request you to come on stage and introduce your role, please. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will be the calculating the time of your speeches and table topic session and evaluation. And end of the meeting, I will give the report. Coming to that prepared speech, you have that 5 to 7 minutes time. In that 5 minutes, I will show that green card. That means I will show them my background, and it's a green card. And 6 minutes, it's a yellow card, and 7 minutes, it's a red card. Then of 30 seconds, you have grace period. Coming to the table topic session, you have 1 to 2 minutes. In 1 minute, I show that green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll show that yellow card, and 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. And that 30 seconds, you have grace period. Coming to evaluation, You have the 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, I'll show that red card, and 2.5 minutes, I'll show that yellow card, and 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. So best of luck for your speeches. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nelson, for your timing rule, and I wish you all the best for that. And now I would like to introduce our another role player who is known as the hour counter. Personally, I hate this role because this is where I become a victim for where he counts the hours and but I'll not do the speaking role much of this. So I would like to call the hour counter today is Toastmaster Pulkit. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhaan. Don't worry, I will be easy on you. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I will be your hour counter today in the meeting. What's that? I will be scanning each and every word that you speak for the following crutch words. These are the words like repetitive words like I, and. Poses. Poses in the speech are like salt in the food. Little bit makes it tasty, but too much will ruin it. Poses create a disconnect between your speech and the audience. And the filler words. Filler words are like actually, basically, you know, these words are meaningless. Also, these shows hesitation in your speech. I will be preparing the report and I will present it at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhaan.
Thank you so much for your wonderful role description. So now I would like to call my next role player, that is the Grammarian. And the Grammarian will be played by Toastmaster Darmesh. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suhaan. Mr. President, dear speech weavers, and dear guests, it's a pleasure for me today to be your grammarian. And the word of the day, surprisingly, has been shared already by our Toastmaster of the day, which is splendiferous. I would advise all attendees and participants to use a word of the day to the maximum. Each time a participant uses a word of the day, please make a sign, a gesture to encourage the flow and the change and the chain to use that word of the day. I shall put it in the chat box. My other role as a grammarian is to jot down the good use of English language being the correct use as well as the improper use. I shall thereafter, towards the end of the meeting when I'm called upon by the General Evaluator, deliver a report and give an account of how good the level of the meeting was when it comes to English language. This sums up my role as a grammarian. Wish everyone a pleasant meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Darmesh, for your splendiferous role description. And now I would like to call my another role player, which is quite interesting to me, which is known as listener. And that will be played by Toastmaster Joseph. And Toastmaster Joseph, the screen is yours. I think you're muted. I guess you're muted. You're muted, I think. Can someone?
I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Thank you once again to General Evaluator. I'll be listening carefully some of the speeches as well as the table topics and any other activities which goes on. And at the end of the meeting, I will be asking few questions in order to see whether the attention is paid for the whole meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Oh, thank you so much, Toastmaster Joseph. So I'll be careful with this. All right, then now I would like to give the stage back to our Toastmaster, Toastmaster Neelu. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator and Taggle team for explaining your roles in details. Moving on to the first round, that's the prepared speech section. Now I call upon our first evaluator. She joined Toastmasters 5 months back. She is serving as VPM of Toastmasters Northeast Club, Pune. She is a first-year Bachelor's of Arts student studying in Naurosi Vadia College. I would request Toastmaster Kamaya to read out the objectives first for our first speaker.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kamaya Parab, and today I will be evaluating Toastmaster Aakash. Today, he is delivering Level 1, Project 3, Research and Presentation from the Pathway Visionary Communication. The timing for his speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and his speech title is The Future of Food. The Future of Food, Toastmaster Aakash. Over to you and all the very best. Thank you so much.
Now I call upon our first speaker. He comes from a small town of Thalassery, Kerala. By profession, he is a software engineer working in Marvel Semiconductors, Hyderabad. His daily dose of happiness comes from one of his favorite hobbies, cycling. He manages to find at least an hour every day wandering around on his bicycle. Let us welcome our Toastmaster Aakash with a round of applause. Toastmaster Aakash, future of the food, Toastmaster Aakash.
The current world population stands at 7.7 billion. By the year 2050, it is estimated to reach 9.7 billion. That's around 25% increase from the current population level. This is according to 2019 revision of World Population Prospects by the United Nations. Do you know the amount of food production we have to increase to feed this extra 25% of population? Any guesses? Okay, let me tell you the answer. According to the article, Agriculture by 2050, published in Oxford University Press in the year 2017, we would need to increase the production up to 70% from the current level of production. Alarming, isn't it? If it doesn't sound alarming, let me bring to your attention some of the challenges we are facing in the current agricultural field. To produce food, we need resources. What are the resources we need? We need land, we need water, we need labor. Let's look at the land. The arable land, that is the land that can be used for cultivation, is depleting, mainly because of climate change and other related factors such as soil erosion, flooding, sea level rise, etc. Now let's talk about water. According to an article published in Wired.com in the year 2006, 70% of the water that world uses is used by farming. And out of this 70%, a whopping amount of 40% is just simply wasted. And we all know how scarce a water resource is. Today, I came across an audio podcast from FinShots. It talks about the country of Lebanon. The country is running out of water. The entire country is running out of water. They are not, forget about the farming. They are not able to meet their household requirements. Now let's come to labor. Due to increasing trend in urbanization and preference to white-collar jobs, the labor is also in a declining trend. So with all these challenges, how are we going to achieve this momentous goal of feeding 25% extra population. Smart farming comes to the rescue. Smart farming is simply application of modern technology in the farming processes with the goal of improving the efficiency. For example, there are things that we can automate in the farming fields. With the help of robotics, once considered labor-intensive tasks like plucking fruits from the plants can be automated. And it is something that is being done today. Agrobot is an example which can pluck strawberry from the fields without any manual intervention. Now, I would like to take you to the journey of Netherlands. Netherlands is a tiny country compared to India, but they are the second largest exporter of food. At the same time, only 2%, less than 2% of their population is employed in farming. On top of that, they have the world's best agricultural university teaching agriculture technology. How is this all possible with such a tiny country like Netherlands? In the initial stages, Netherlands also faced some of the challenges we just discussed. It is a comparatively crowded country. The land is very expensive there. And same is the case with the labor. But the Dutch people could solve the issue in a different angle. They started finding out the processes in farming that could be automated with the help of technology. They started innovating and creating technologies that would help give them better yield per area with the same area. And that's how, and even in the case of water, they started adopting to hydroponics, which requires very less amount of water. And that's how they became the largest exporter in the world. Now let's come to India. India employs more than 50% of its population in the field of farming or related fields. India is one of the largest producer of food. At the same time, it is a consumer as well. According to the 2019 statistics from APEDA, India stands at 9th position in the food export. So APEDA is basically Agriculture and Processed Food Exports Authority of India. I have a dream. I have a dream where I can see India is the largest exporter in the world. How we can do that? We have to learn from these success stories like the Netherlands and other companies who are in the field of smart farming. We need to identify the challenges that are being faced in the farming field in India. With the help of the young and innovative mindsets of India, we can solve this problem. And this dream, I believe, which is not too far for us. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Give a round of applause to Toastmaster Aakash. Well, Toastmaster Aakash, not only smart farming, we can also hack all our daily dose chemicals very smartly. And I hope everyone here are all set to do that. So I would now like to call upon our second evaluator. She's a member of PG RG Orator, Jamnagar District 98, trained biology teacher, Hindustani vocalist, loved to sing, teach art and craft, she's taking care of VP8 of upcoming Subhashit Toastmaster Club. She's mother of 2 beautiful daughters. Now I call upon our second evaluator, Toastmaster Saishri, to read out the objectives of our speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neelu. I'm audible and visible to you all. Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So the second speech is the speech of Toastmaster Vandana. She is giving her level 1 speech, project number 3, that is research and presenting of her pathway, presentation mastery. So as this particular project says, the speaker should research on particular topic. She is free to research on particular topic. She has to organize that in a particular way and present it. So all the best, Toastmaster Vandana, for your level 1 project 3. Her speech title is What's Your Brand Archetype? I'm eager to listen from you. Over to you, Toastmaster Vandana.
Thank you, Saishri. Now I call upon our second speaker. She is a serial doodler, UX designer, and a dreamer. Currently secretary at Speech Weavers, member of the Division B PR team and District 92 PR team. Let us welcome Vandana with a round of applause. Over to you, Vandana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neelu. I'd like to request the timer to pause because I need to share my screen firstly. So if you can just wait for a moment. Okay, are you all able to see my screen? Okay. Allow me to pin the timer. Okay, how do I find? Is the timer named as timer? Is it?
Sorry.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yes, okay, wait. I hope this is fine. A very good evening, everyone. What's your brand archetype? I hope I've gotten your interest today. Well, I've been talking about this topic to a lot of my friends at work and people who are in the design fraternity, but a lot of people do not know a lot about it in depth. So then I thought, I think I need to learn about it because yes, I work in design, but also maybe there's an increasing need for us to focus on what brand archetypes are and how it can apply to work, also in our personal lives, and to us as Toastmasters or a club or as an entire community of Toastmasters. So a brand archetype is basically a universally recognized a character or personality type or a role for which any company or brand can actually represent. So originally, the model from which it was developed is from a psychiatrist. It's very interesting because psychology applies to everything in branding, in design, to how you speak, how you communicate on a banner, to how you communicate on screen as a brand, to every realm, to every freelancer who's working on their own, who are part of our club as well, how you identify as a brand to the people you are speaking to. So the origin of the word archetype, to better understand, is basically, it's a Latin word from Greek, and archetypos, I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, but it means the original model from which something is developed or made. My presentation is not listening to me, so there is a small delay in transition. Just a minute. Okay. So basically, the psychiatrist I spoke about earlier, Carl Jung, you must be wondering, the spelling is Jung, G-U-N-G, why it's pronounced as Carl Jung. And he went around all over the world to study different stories. Rather, he listened to different stories from different cultures all around the world back in 1919. Yes, so long ago and still relevant. So after listening to a lot of stories, he realized that there are different personalities that kept emerging and that were very common to all the stories. And he actually noted down the different personalities, and he realized that there were some 12 personalities that just were, dominating the entire range of all the stories that he had heard. So he realized that every personality had one unique trait that defined their behavioral pattern, their values, their needs, their aspirations, their pain points. So after studying all these stories, he put down these archetypes. Now, how did it come to branding? What happened is they just connected the archetypes that were identified by Carl Jung, and they applied it to branding. So they used the same archetypes and they called it brand archetypes. Now, people today, you and me, we all yearn for a connection as a customer, as a user. Why do we connect to Toastmasters? There's a value, there is a sense of belonging that is able to bring. It is very professional. We also yearn to be a professional person who can communicate well on screen, off screen, as a person, and be able to put across our point to an audience. So there is a brand personality that Toastmasters has actually brought us to this community. So let's look at how it can help. So humanizing a brand is important. We are all stuck in the pandemic, and for now, I think, being a corporate, like, how do you actually connect with a corporate? It has to be a person, and the corporate has to talk to us as a person. Then that's the best way that we can connect. And you would have often noticed that even public speakers or trainers are people who actually come down and talk to you rather than teaching you. So that's the exact tone that every company has to focus on. So it's providing a more holistic and a human way of being a business. And nowadays, I'm sure some of you are browsing through your phone. You have low attention span, probably 10 minutes or so. That's what I've heard one of the prominent speakers of Toastmasters tell me. So how do you catch the attention of your customers as a brand, as a freelancer? Neelu, we have Vineet, who's not there today, I think. But as a communicator, how do you present yourself to catch the attention of your audience so that they remember you? That is bringing brand recall. So if your user is fascinated with the personality, that means there's more likely the chances of recalling your brand and being able to connect with the user or the customer or the audience and create brand loyalty. So this is why brand archetypes can actually help create that connect. And again, my presentation is not listening to me. But what happened is basically these 12 brand archetypes are important to understand so that, yes, I'm trying to portray myself as a very calm person at the moment, but yeah, okay. So basically you can look at the color wheel here and are you able to see it now? I think I need to minimize each time so that you'll be able to see it. Okay, so you have different brand personalities. So the credit of this image goes to a book called Archetypes in Branding. And this book actually really changed the way I looked at brands and how important it is for us to communicate as a brand. So you have different brand archetypes, and what you need to do is identify what is the brand that your company or you as a business person identify with. So you can range from being an explorer to a magician to an ordinary person that is an everyman, to a jester that's like a funny person, to a ruler and an innocent person. So you can see all the different types of archetypes. Now I'm going to minimize it a bit because I can't share otherwise. So you might see some clutter around my screen, hopefully not. So what is the personality? The questions you need to ask is, how do you choose your brand personality? What is the personality your company wants to portray? Who is your target audience? How do you want your target audience? Neelu, you're a communicator. How do you want your target audience? Think about it. I'm just putting in some questions. What is the feeling that you want your users to experience when you interact with them as a brand, as a communicator, as a trainer, as a business that is offering a digital platform through which they sell or they transact? What exactly is the image that you want to portray? Understand the attitudes and aspirations of, I'm a Toastmaster. I would like to learn a lot about public speaking, being an, a perfect communicator. So look at examples from life of brands that are communicating well. Look at how inconsistent they are in their communication or how consistent they are. Reading this book, Archetypes in Branding, really took me a long way to understanding it. I had to read a lot of websites, but talking to some fellow designers is what really helped. So look at this. I'll share this PowerPoint, or I will share the essence of it in a script, and look at what is a voice or tone that you want to speak to your audience. Think about it. Over to you.
Let's give a round of applause. That was a splendiferous speech, Vandana, in detail, and such a excellent research being done. Now let me move on to sharing my screen. So before moving on to the table topics session, can everybody type in which were the two happiness chemicals which we discussed earlier? Type in quick. Let's see how many of you remember that. You're able to see my screen, right, Aakash? Okay. Now let's see the other two happiness chemicals and let's conquer them. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer, flows in the brain when we feel significant or important. When you feel confident and take pride in your work, serotonin is flowing. Ultimately, when we receive social recognition from our peers and communities, we release serotonin. This chemical can be released through meditating, running, swimming, and cycling. And the next hormone is the endorphin. The painkiller is released when you are feeling physical pain to give you a brief moment of euphoria. Laughter, exercise, watching a comedy, exercising, and having yum dark chocolates help release these chemicals. Now let's move on to the most exciting segment of our meeting. Table topic round. We have the table topic master who will be conducting the session today. He is a professional consultant at C Profit Wealth Management Private Limited and the director of a fintech company called Deep Pockets Technologies Private Limited. He is interested in reading, watching, writing, and a football player. The stage is all yours, Toastmaster Adarsh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Neelu, but I would appreciate it if you can stop the share so that
yes,
I can.
I will stop.
Yeah, thank you very much, and a good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. I will be playing the role of the table topic master today, but before we proceed, I'd like to provide you a background or understanding of what table topics are exactly, how they're meant to help you as a person. So table topics are nothing but random topics that we assign to anyone within the audience. It could be a guest or a member, or it could be anyone that's part of the meeting. So it's a randomly assigned topic that you're supposed to talk about for a minimum of 1 minute, and can go all the way up to 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, depending upon the amount of time you take. So without any further ado, I'd like to go forward and I'd like to hand out table topics to the most interested people in the audience. And I've already received messages from a few people. I've received a few DMs. I might prioritize them. I'm not sure, but it's something we'll figure out as time goes on. All right. So without, yeah. And I think our first speaker for today will be Priyanka. Priyanka Oswald. Are you ready for the topic?
Yes, I'm ready.
So this is the topic. after a long and hard day at work or school, how would you reward yourself? To repeat, after a long and hard day at work or school, how would you reward yourself?
Okay, I need some time to think about the topic, to think on the topic. Okay, so can you please repeat the topic once again?
I have put up the topic in the chat box. So the topic goes, after a long day at work or school, how do you reward yourself? What would you do to make yourself happy after a difficult day at work?
Okay, so after as I'm not working, I am a housewife. So after doing all those household work, I just feel like sitting with my child and for some time watching TV. You know, I feel immense pleasure when my loved ones are happy, and I feel good when I get time to when I get some time to spend with them, and I feel I like reading books. I like reading books whenever I get time, and I think that books gives us immense knowledge, and books gives us immense knowledge, and it gives us confidence so that we can take part in sessions like these kind of sessions like table topics and all. According to me, whenever I am stressed out, I feel like reading books because I have no friends. So I made books my best friend. It is because of books, it is because of reading only that I am able to present myself in front of you all like I'm doing right now. And whenever I get time, I feel that rather than wasting time in watching serials and watching TV, we all should read knowledgeable things, which will help us in matching day-to-day life, which helps us in sharing knowledge with others. So whenever I get time, I just find reading books more satisfactory. Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to Priyanka. Priyanka, that was absolutely brilliant. I think reading books is extremely important for all of us. And I think books are what have taken me as far as I've gotten in life. But you should remember,
no wonder. Yeah, you just...
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but this is the one more line that I want to add.
Yes,
that
please.
Book, you don't even come to know that what books what wonders can books do to your life. Books are such impactful.
Yes, that was absolutely perfect. I think that's exactly what I was about to say as well. That completely encapsulates what book reading is all about. And Priyanka, you should remember that there are many people in this room, so you should never think that you have no friends. There are around 90, I think there are around 19 people here aside from you, so you have 19 friends. So let's proceed with the next table topic for today. So let me see who I can give this topic to exactly. See a lot of people today. I think all of them seem very happy. So I'm going to hand this topic to our Jokemaster for today, Deepa.
Yes, table topics master.
Just a minute. So your topic for today is, what is the worst or the best prank you have pulled on someone? To repeat, what's the worst or the best prank you have pulled on someone?
Well, I know somebody who's pulled multiple pranks on me, but I won't reveal his name. I am not a prankster. I don't enjoy pranks, but I tolerate pranks. Now, you see, pranks are there to have a surprise element, to bring people suddenly out in eruptions of laughter. And it's a good thing to build a connection, to make friends. And a lot of people are very successful at it. For example, my brother, he was a prank master all my childhood. He would say, Deepu, sit down. He was not, the very friendly or we used to not get along with each other most of the time. But he used to always give me hopes that he will become a better brother and caring and all that. One day he told me, come sit on my cycle. I'm going to take you on a ride. And I was so happy. My goodness, Vinay is taking me on a double ride. And I went and perched in front of him. And he goes full speed. Guess what happens? He goes to a pile of sand and makes me fall on it. And he laughs loud. And I get all the bruises and come back home and I start crying. Brothers, you see, big pranksters, mischievous ones. That's my story, prankster. I'm no prankster. I wish I could be, but I'll never be that prankster that my brother is. Come on, people, you need to have boundaries. Getting bruises to your sisters, is that funny? No way. It should have surprise, it should bring laughter, it should have boundaries, it should be spaced in between. That is what makes a good prank. What do you say, Topics Master?
That was great, Deepa. And all of you should know that I'm a prankster myself, and it's something that some of you are aware of. Now, one of the rules in my book is that I don't hurt anybody when I pull pranks on someone. So I think that's something that might make Deepa very happy. Moving on to the next speaker, I think our next speaker will be, I think I see a lot of guests today. And I think one of the guests that I see in front of me goes by the name of Kirti Kumar. Kirti, are you ready for a topic?
What if I say no?
So here's your topic. The topic goes, what would constitute a perfect day for you? So what would make a day perfect for you? So that's what your topic is. I'll put up your topic in the chat box.
All right. Before I go ahead and talk about it, let me ask all of you a question. What is the definition of perfection? And feel free to answer, feel free to not answer, and feel free to contradict or do whatever you want to do. But for me, all my life, in fact, my icebreaker, which I delivered in Toastmasters, the first one, was called the pursuit of perfection. You always want to go towards that perfect mark, right? 100% score. But in reality, in actuality, can anyone attain that perfection? Imagine if we all were perfect, wouldn't that itself be imperfect? A big paradox. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. But what would make, and I would interpret this in a way that what would make my day good or make me feel good at the end of the day that this has been a productive day or something. One thing is to listen some good news. Maybe the world is a better place. People are living their lives freely all over the world. There are no bomb blasts or there are no disease outbreaks out there. That would give me some mental peace of mind that things around me are secure and safe. And I and anyone else can go out, step out of their houses and do something. The second thing which would make the day a better day would be that I don't have to attend a lot of meetings. This constitutes one of them, but yeah, in a day I attend 5 to 6 meetings. Even though I have switched jobs, that hasn't changed. It is kind of taking a lot of energy out of me, which I could use to do something productive, which I could put itself in learning, but pointless meetings. People are discussing issues which are not even related to me. If that can go away and I could work and I could put my hard work in something which brings value, that would be a good day. The third and the most important thing which I feel is if I was able to help someone and make their life better on that day, that would constitute a very good day for me. I would feel fulfilled and satisfied at the end of the day. So not perfect, but a very good day would constitute these 3 things for me. Table Topics Master, back to you.
Thank you very much for such a precise answer. And I think your table topic was what many people in this room would call splendiferous. So now I'd like to move on to the next table topic speaker, and our next speaker will be our very own DTM Milind Kolapkar. So are you ready for the topic?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's your topic. Do you believe that a day without laughter is a day wasted? Let me repeat. Do you believe that a day without laughter is a day wasted?
Absolutely. A day without a laughter is day wasted. But there are times in my personal life also I'd seen, sometimes I just forget to laugh, especially in a crisis. So that I just recalled other day when Prime Minister was talking to our Olympians, he was hosting a breakfast. So when he spoke to the people from Haryana, the person who won the bronze medal, he looked at him and said, "What's wrong with you? You're from Haryana." He said, "Yes, you won the bronze medal, and at the podium, you were not laughing, you were not smiling. It's something, I can't accept that. I have a complaint against you." The Prime Minister said, people from Haryana, because he had stayed there for more than 5 years, they have a unique sense of humor. In most crisis situations also, they will say some humorous thing. And so that is something which we have to, all of us, need to inculcate in us. Because sometimes in crisis also, a humorous statement or something will not only cool down your relaxation, will relax you, and when you get relaxed, others too. So that is a very important thing. Of course, when we face the music, we forget that. But however, the importance of day without laughter, day wasted, is very critical, especially in case of crisis situation, because when we are happy, we keep on pranking, cutting a prank on our friends or siblings or something, or your daughters and kids. But when we are serious or something is there, that is time we need to inculcate and imbibe that spirit, maybe from Haryana or someone else from our own genes. There should be some mechanism which should help us. Hey, you're getting angry. That's now time for you to make sure, bring some humor. Maybe Toastmasters can also help, the way Jokemaster has been putting. Just maybe we have to recall some of the jokes which our Jokemaster repeatedly had been telling us in different meetings. So that way we can improve and make sure this particular theme, a day without laughter is day wasted, we follow in letters and spirit. Over to table topic master, Toastmaster Adarsh.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that was absolutely perfect. And I think laughter plays a big role in the way we live our lives. And I think laughter generates dopamine, which goes in line with today's topic. So without stalling, I'd like to move on to the next speaker for today. And our next speaker will be Brian Edwards. So would you like to give it a try?
So, sorry, I've just joined you. I'm joined you from UK.
So we have the table topic session right now. So you'll be assigned a completely random topic that you have to talk about for some time between 1 minute and 2 minutes. All right. I'll be asking you a question and you're supposed to answer that question.
Yeah, so go ahead. Let me have a try.
All right then. So your topic is, who's the funniest person you've ever met and why? I'll put your topic up in the chat box. Let me repeat. Who's the funniest person you know and why?
Thank you, Table Talk Master. I recall my granduncle, who was half Welsh and half Indian. And he was a great musician. He played the piano accordion, and in due course, he actually created a little foursome: piano accordion, a guitarist, a piano, and drums. And during the holiday season, particularly over the New Year period and Christmas period, they will all descend upon my house, because he was my mom's brother, and they will have a musical session. And this particular uncle of mine, he had a great sense of humor. It was a mixture of obviously Anglo-Saxon because he was a Celtic origin, ancestor. And of course, the Indian part of it, and in India, you might have come across the Anglo-Indians. And the Anglo-Indians obviously like a lot of laughter and joking and everything. And invariably, we used to take the mickey, as we call it over here, out of mother-in-laws. I don't know whether that's terribly politically correct in today's atmosphere society that we live in. But in those days, mother-in-law jokes and the mother-in-law used to have a good laugh as well. And one of his outstanding jokes used to be, I could always tell when the mother-in-law was calling on our house. The mice would throw themselves on the traps. And that used to create a lot of laughter. He was a great comic, was my uncle. And because of his sense of humor and his participation, he was well loved in society. And with that, bearing in mind, in India, to live till a ripe old age of 92 when he died, I think the humor was part of what kept him going. I, to a certain extent, developed that, and I've joined various clubs over here in the UK. We have a Toastmasters club for over 60s, and we meet every fortnight in the pub. We have a few drinks, and we have a good old laugh, and all of us are over 60. And as I overheard when I joined you later on today, one of your speakers were talking about humor is the best medicine. I fully agree with that. And good luck to my uncle and my mums and my mother and some of her brothers. All turned out to be good decisions. Thank you very much. Back to you, Tabletop Master. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Brian, for that excellent table topic. And yes, my uncle is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And that's probably because he makes fun of me all the time. I don't have many topics left in my book at the moment, but I do have one left. So I'm looking for someone in the audience, and I'm not quite sure whom I should give this to exactly. So I think I'm going to turn my attention towards our Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Kamaya. Would you like to give it a shot?
Yes, sure, definitely.
So here's your table topic for today. What does the word happiness mean to you? Let me repeat. What does the word happiness mean to you? So your topic is in the chat box, so you can probably take a peek and proceed.
Thank you so much, everyone. What does happiness means to me? Can you all give me a big smile? Here we go. This is the meaning of happiness. When you smile, when you express yourself, that is the meaning of happiness. And as Jokemaster added the examination part, happiness doesn't need any examination. I'm not sitting in any kind of examination to give a complicated or difficult answer which I don't know. Because even if I try, I'm going to fail. The simple and the most cute meaning of happiness is just smile. But the thing is, to get a smile from a stranger is a bit difficult. Why? Are we strangers actually in life? In Toastmasters, I told you smile, and you did. But go on a road and tell someone to smile, and he will say, "Hey, are you mad?" He will give you the exact opposite reaction of what we were expecting. Few days before, I messaged a random person, "Hey, how are you?" And he said, "I'm a stalker." That is the complete exact opposition I was experiencing. The main thing is to bring a happiness to someone is to go ahead freely without any doubts and without any worries that, okay, she may give me a big anda on my face won't work. What we have to do is just go, pass on the smile. And if the opposite person don't react, it's okay. Move on like you move on in your life. Move on like you move on in your married life, to add. So let's go, take a step and make someone smile. And that is the meaning of your happiness. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Kamaya. And I just took a peek into my bag of table topics and I was able to spot a few more. But before we proceed, I'd like to ask if we have any more time left. Do we have more time left for the table topics, or shall we just go to the next segment? I think I need answers.
Time is up.
All right, then. I think we are done with the table topic session for today. I had a wonderful time listening to all of you. And I think there was so much information for all of us to absorb. And I think once after the session gets over, all of us should lock ourselves in one room and fathom what we have learned exactly. So without any stalling, I would like to hand it back to the presiding officer. Yes.
Toastmaster of the day.
Oh,
okay.
Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adarsh. Let us give a round of applause to all the members who participated in the table topic and for table topic master, who conducted an excellent table topic session, giving us the questions on the daily dose to hack the happiness chemicals. Now, I call upon our GE to present his report with his team. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful and splendiferous session. I have really enjoyed from the beginning to the end. Let's look forward to how did that go. So for that, I would like to call my two speech evaluators who will be evaluating the prepared speech speakers. So let me call my first speech evaluator, that will be Toastmaster Kamaya. She will evaluate her target speaker, Toastmaster Aakash. Toastmaster Kamaya, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Can I see the timer cards? I'm not able to pin the timer cards. Okay, yeah, got it. Thanks so much. I would like to start now. Toastmaster Aakash, a big congratulations to you on completing the project, research and presentation, which I personally feel is the difficult one. So huge round of applause to Toastmaster Aakash. Thank you so much. The future belongs to those who dream. And in today's speech, Toastmaster Aakash stood by his words and on his legs to deliver a beautiful, informative speech. The future of food. When we dream, we conquer our dream. And that's why it is said we have to dare to dream. What I loved about your speech was your vocal variety, your firmness of your voice, because you actually stood on your words. And personally, on my part, it is difficult to remember an informative speech that to 5 to 7 minutes. And you did a fabulous job on there. The second thing which I loved was the structure of the speech. You mentioned the problem. Then you came with a solution. Then you gave some facts about Netherlands and India. And then you showed what you dream. That is amazing. Now, what I was looking for was a strong voice. You had a firm voice, but how to make it strong? And the main thing is to use the vocal variety. Now, once you said that Netherlands is the biggest producer second largest production of food, and you can exaggerate on your vocal variety. Netherlands is the second largest producer in the world. India is the 9th largest exporter. And when you stress, you impact more in the audience, and they will remember. The second thing I was looking for was hand gestures, because all I could see was your chest and your face, chest level and your face. Now, if you use some hands, you express yourself fully. And that's what an audience wants, to know your thoughts, to know what your heart is speaking out. So you have to use your complete body and everything. To end on my part, humans have the capability to achieve great heights. And with your motivational, informative speech, you placed some part in all of our hearts. So thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamaya. Your evaluation was wonderful, and I really loved that. And also, I wish to add something to Toastmaster Aakash, was that yet your speech was impactful, but it could be more if you had the PowerPoint presentation about it. Whatever you have said, it could be easy for us to recollect, and also to remember, okay, this is what you have said, and this is what we can do now. And I wish you all the best as well. Thank you so much. And now let me invite our second speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Saishri. She will evaluate her target speaker, Toastmaster Vandana. Toastmaster Saishri, the stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. May I see the timer card? I'm not able to see the timer card. Right. So first thing, congratulations, Toastmaster Vandana. Because till now, in my all 6-month journey in Toastmasters, this is my 7th speech which I'm hearing, that is on research and presentation. What a wonderful, informative speech you have today. Humanizing of brand. That is very important. And I say that is must, which each and every branding needed. If you want to make a brand, that is necessary that you have to look for this particular aspect. That in your speech, I was able to connect. What a calm and composed way you are speaking. Your presentation was stuck, but that time also you're very confident and you have covered that all in your speech. And you brought us your humor in that. You're not thinking that what to do, what happened. It was nothing, it was not looking like that. You're very firm, excellent. Body language, grammatical way of presentation, your language which you have used, it is up to the mark. I'm also from psychology, so many things which I feel it should be there, but I will not talk about that because this is not a stage where we have to talk about it. But related to your branding and 12 personality traits which you have spoke, that was wonderful and very informative and up to the mark as per your content and your research topic. And when you are speaking, during your speech, you have connected each and every aspect with your own organization. You started your speech while asking some questions. That is one of the best part. There are many good points you have, but I have few recommendations for you. You could ask more questions to your audience. You have asked, yeah, Toastmaster Neelu, Toastmaster Vinu, but you have not given time to give their response. You could do that. So it will be wonderful interactive session. And research-based study you have shown through there. In your presentation was it was there. But one thing, it is very important whenever you are using our PPT or any other presentation tool, we should not write much on the slide. It should be symbolic. Only pointers should be there. In place of car jug, you could add the picture of car jug. It would be more impactful. What is happening when you are presenting audience or reading what you have written in the slide? Sometimes the connection was not there with your speech. Overall, it was splendiferous research project with some, whatever I have given you suggestions, if you implement, it will be outstanding. All the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saishri, for your wonderful evaluation. Yet I agree to your points, what you have suggested. I hope that Toastmaster Vandana will take into consideration for it. So, okay, and now, now I have to call my tag team players. So number one is the timer, who had been timing from the beginning to the end. So I want to ask him, how did this meeting go, and what are the parameters? Did all the speakers qualify in each and every segment? Toastmaster Nelson.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Once again, my report is here. So all of them qualified. First speaker took Aakash took 7 minutes 1 second, and second speaker Vandana took 7 minutes 20 seconds, and evaluation part Kamaya took 3 minutes 2 seconds, and second evaluator Saishri took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Coming to table topic session, Priyanka took 1 minute 55 seconds, and Deepa took 1 minute 48 seconds. Kirti Kumar took 2 minutes 10 seconds, and Milan took 2 minutes 01 seconds, and Boron took 2 minutes 0.5 seconds, and Kamaya took 2 minutes 3 seconds. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nelson, for your detailed and splendiferous timing report. Yet, since everyone's qualified, then please vote for the best ones in each session. All right, so now I would like to call my another tag team, that is Toastmaster Pulkit, for giving his R counter report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhaan.
All right.
I will start my report. Toastmaster Nelson had 2 role. Toastmaster Suhaan had 1 and 2 filler words. I think you can stop hating this role now. They are less hours. Toastmaster Aakash, speaker 1, had 3 5 pauses and 4 repeats. This is one point where you can pay attention on pauses. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Vandana, had 3 basically and 3 you knows in her speech. Toastmaster Adarsh had 1 filler word. Toastmaster Priyanka had 4 filler words and 2 repetitive words. Toastmaster Deepa had 1 word. That's my report. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhaan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pulkit. I actually don't hate this R counter, but sometimes I have some role players who take this role and they just, give in such a detail that it feels like that I have to sell out my money for that now. And so moving on, I need to call the grammarian, that is Toastmaster Darmesh. Over to you, Toastmaster Darmesh.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Suhaan. I had an enriching time as the grammarian today. First of all, the word of the day, splendiferous. has been used 7 times. Congratulations to Toastmaster of the Day, Neelu, use it twice. General Evaluator, Toastmaster Suhaan, use it thrice. Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Adarsh, use it once. And our Evaluator, Toastmaster Saishri, use it once. I came across some catchy phrases and strong expressions for English language. Speaker, Toastmaster Aakash, if it doesn't sound alarming, the arable land, a whopping of 40%. Learn from the success stories. Toastmaster Vandana, design fraternity, yearn for connection, humanizing a brand, and even when you missed your slide, you use a good expression, see some clutter around my screen. Share the essence of it. For table topic section, brief moment of euphoria by Toastmaster of the Day, Neelu. Hack the happiness chemicals. And even during the table topic session, Toastmaster Deepa, you use eruptions of laughter. DTM Milin, imbibe that spirit, need to inculcate in us. I think I heard table topics Master Adarsh use the verb fathom, F-A-T-H-O-M, brilliant of you. When it comes to the speech evaluators, I came across some expressions. The future belongs to those who dream. When we dream, we conquer our dream. Dare to dream, and humans have the capability to achieve great heights. Well done, Toastmaster Kamaya. When it comes to Toastmaster Saishri, he used some strong expressions as well. Calm and composed way. Up to the mark should be symbolic. Dear speech weavers, there are certain slip-ups I came across. For example, the labor is also in a decline trend, should be declining trend. Pluck strawberry from should be in the plural, pluck strawberries from. One of the largest producer of food should be, again, plural, producers of food. Sense of belonging should be sense of belongingness. Talk to a corporate should be talk to a corporation or should be talk to a corporate body. Show excellent research should be and excellent research. Guess what happens? It is in the past tense, so it should be guess what happened. What happiness means, what does happiness means to me? It should be what happiness means to me or what does happiness mean to me? Otherwise, apart from the sleep-up, it has been an enriching meeting with strong command of the English language. I invite all speech weavers and guests to keep practicing to avoid future slip-ups. Well done, and back to you, General Evaluator Suhaan. Toastmaster Suhaan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Darmesh. It was really amazing and splendiferous report that you have said. Very well inculcated with the good usage as well as the areas that people can improve on. It was really good. I think now we have to look forward to another amazing session that's called The Listener. I hope everyone's excited about it. So let me call Toastmaster Joseph for doing his role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Let me ask a few questions only because of the time constraint. Toastmaster Neelu gave a chemical for emotional. What is the name of the chemical?
Pitocin?
Correct. Correct. So Aakash said, after a certain period of time, 25% of our population will increase. How much is our population after increase?
9.7 million.
Correct. Brand architect concept came in which year as per Vandana's research?
1979.
Pardon?
1979.
1990. How many types of brand archetypes are there?
12.
Very good. What is the message from Priyanka, the first table topic speaker?
Books are the ones that books are the ones that make them happy to read. It's a stress-free. That's what I read.
No, correct sentence, anybody can say. It gives not only stress-free, it also gives you knowledge. That is more important in a book. Did Deepa enjoy the ride with her brother?
She enjoyed the ride, but not the fall, I believe.
She did not enjoy. It is the fall. Okay. Brian Edwards from UK, he spoke about his uncle and he gave a quote. Can anyone remember? What did he say? He gave a quote. The mice used to throw themselves on the trap.
Oh, yes.
The Toastmaster Kamaya, what does she say about the meaning of happiness?
She told us to, on the camera and smile. That is the meaning of happiness.
No, only smile, not necessarily camera. Because
Smile
you don't
in
get the
general.
camera on the way. So if you smile, that is happiness. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. I mean, now it is proved that I'm not a good listener. Thank you. It was a great learning for me, and I will look for it. And yeah, so Toastmaster Day, I just want to ask: do I have to ask for the voting, or give my general evaluator report?
And give your report, Toastmaster Suhaan.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, well, to begin with the meeting time, that I've seen that it started on time, then went on smoothly with starting the the presidential session, where the president just welcomed us and the guests around, and also he was giving some information. So I thought maybe you could have just said about what Toastmasters is and why we are here. I mean, just to catch catches our attention. Then I came across the Jokemaster session. I mean, this is something that it's not what we practice here, but this is another learning for me, and it was really good. But what I can say is that you could have improved on some parts of your delivery, where there was a chance that you could have given some punch for us to to get it over there, and could have got a long laughter for it. So that was good. And then going on to the Toastmaster day, that where I saw that she had introduced what Toastmasters is all about, and then what I just felt like, I just felt confused in between that she introduced the word of the day instead of theme of the day, and she said theme of the day itself is splendid for us. So I also went and looked at on the agenda, and I didn't see the theme mentioned over there. So that confused a bit. So we need to work on that. Another thing I wanted to give a slight improvement, not improvement, it's like an enhancement for you. You all have done a good job, but yet you can add a few finishings over there. That is, while you were doing your presentation, you could have operated on the full screen mode, and it was just half screen, and we can see the other contents. It could have been a surprising thing for us that okay, that this is what you're going to show us. So that's just only one way you can enhance on. And also, yes, there was a unnecessary slide share that you were doing, like when you were introducing the role player or a speaker. The photo was there. I mean, it was just like there was a delay of not showing that role player or speaker on this time. It was just like the previous slide is there and the thing happening next is like there's a delay happened. So we can enhance on that one. And otherwise, your role as a Toastmaster, I really enjoyed a lot where you're talking about the happy chemicals, which I didn't know exactly. Even I knew few things, like especially oxytocin, but I never knew on the other parts, which you have really, brought to, just like educated us. It was really good. Another thing was, yeah, the prepared speeches, and they were really mind blowing, and it was really good. I really enjoyed a lot. And yes, if they follow the evaluators recommendation or suggestions, it can go very well. And what more can I say? Yeah, coming to the table topics were really amazing. I really enjoyed a lot, and it was going very well. I really enjoyed each and everyone giving their thoughts about it, and all of the table topic speakers had all good opening, body, and conclusion. Yet there are few finishes that they can also do, but that will only happen just by practicing table topics itself, because none of us are perfect in doing table topics, but yet we are almost good over there. So far so good. Yeah, evaluation session was also good so far. And yeah, and there was I think we are just slight behind the time, so I don't want to take much time. So overall, I just enjoyed the report, and nothing much there, but just only to take care of this few finishes, then you're good to go. So thank you so much, and I'll give the stage back to Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Neelu, with the
Thank
you,
you, General Evaluator. Thank you very much, and team, for such a splendiferous report. With this, I would like to thank all our role takers of the day with whose help we are able to successfully have a great meeting. I wish each and everyone here to hack the happiness chemicals with the simple exercises explained today while explaining the daily dose. Thank you to all the participants, and the stage is all yours, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neelu, the beauty queen of area, District Area 92. Now, regarding the melatonin and serotonin, the brain induces this one on one certain conditions. The serotonin will be induced only during sunlight. A lot of sunlight should be there in order to induce by the brain. At the same time, melatonin, it should be induced only when there is darkness. Even the little red lamp will not, it will come in the way of melatonin. So melatonin induces good sleep. Serotonin will be brain activity. One time, my chairman was driving a car with the specs on him at the evening part. In Saudi Arabia, it's always a sunny day, no doubt about it. But he put the glass in the evening. I said, sir, it is not correct to put the glass in the evening. Please take it off, because your serotonin level should be increasing, because you're all day, you are inside the office. So this is how one has to take care of these two things, very important for our life continuity of metabolism action. Now, I think the time is running out. There is an announcement, actually, I would like to make it, is people have to register for going for the training, judge training on Sunday. Is the voting is ready, Toastmaster Aakash?
Yes, I have already posted in the chat. It's already in the chat.
Can you announce the same?
Okay. We have only 5 responses. I request everyone to please cast your votes.
Okay, in the meantime, I thank all the guests who have come over here and enjoyed the meeting, I hope. Can I get some appreciation from audience or any other person, Toastmasters or whoever it is? How do you feel the meeting today? Any audience response?
Can I respond?
Yeah, exactly. No doubt. From UK.
Thank you very much for allowing me to join. I'm based in Manchester. We have a speakers club here called the Manchester Speakers Club. I've been with them for quite a few years now. It's just purely by accident that I got a message on my WhatsApp platform telling me about or stating today's meeting. So it was on the very last minute that I sent a message in and very kindly got a reply with the ID and password. So I joined the meeting very, very late. I'm not too sure how long you'll have had the Toastmasters Club. Could anybody inform me how long you'll have been going at Bangalore?
14 years now.
10 years?
14, 14, 14th year.
Excellent, brilliant. I first joined Toastmasters when I came to UK way back in the early 60s, believe it or not. In the early 60s, we called it the Speakers Club at the YMCA. Speakers Club / Orators Club. And that's where, as youngsters, we were encouraged to get up and give talks and this, that, and the other. So I enjoy it. And it's always very nice to meet new people and to interact with people. There was one club that I joined as a guest a few weeks ago, and they'd only been going. And I think they were from southern Tamil Nadu, Neelu Sport Toastmaster. They've not been going so long, but I enjoyed it very much. And it's always nice to see smiling people, always encouraging to see people wanting to improve their communication skills. And I think particularly as I'm an Indian myself, I've had to learn how to improve my enunciation and pronunciation. I think that will advance our society a lot if we try to improve on those 2 aspects. Just a suggestion, try to avoid getting the V's and the W's mixed up. We always, as Indians, we try to get those 2 words mixed up, the V's and the W's. And don't be too harsh on the R's, not butter, you know. So that will enhance your club and your speaking skills. Thank you very much. Back to you, sir.
That is very kind of you by giving a good advice for our improvement. Thank you so much. By the way, how long you have been a Toastmaster?
Oh, at least about 40 years.
It's very great, I think.
Long before some of you were born.
Oh, or 2 scores. So we should celebrate that occasion. Maybe the speech givers can plan for that.
I was already born, but maybe somebody else are not. 40 years for me, it's not a big time. Thank you so much anyway.
Pleasure.
One more guest, I think she wanted to share some points.
Yeah. Who is that?
She raised the hand. Who was the evaluator, if I'm not mistaken?
This was Saishri.
Yeah.
Was it Kamaya?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. No, this is Saishri here. Good evening to one and all present here. And this is actually, I'm very new for Toastmasters, and I joined Toastmasters only basically to improve my English communications. And really, when I joined here, I was thinking that I don't know here anyone that how it goes, but you all were smiling throughout the meeting. You are very interactive during the session. So it made me more comfortable to talk to you and to give my evaluation. And I know I'm not very good like you in English. Basically, I'm from Hindi background and I speak a lot more Hindi and Sanskrit. But yeah, I enjoy your joke session, Joke Master Deepa. And yes, Table Topic Master. It was really wonderful. And I would like to come again here, especially to see, to listen from Edward sir, uh, who was here since 40 years. It, it's really good, sir. Please do come to our Toastmaster club also whenever you are free and whenever time permit you. I'm actually from the Toastmaster RG orators, and even I'm working with Subhashi Toastmaster, that is a bilingual club, where I'm just working as a VP education. That is Hindi and English both. We are taking 1 week English and 1 week Hindi. So you all are welcome to there. Definitely, I will be in contact with Vinu sir, and I will share all the whenever invites to him. And thank you once again, Vinu sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Saishri. And the English, what you are speaking is almost good. There is nothing in it. And even though you are from a Hindi belt, you speak good English, I would say. And especially today, you had an overdose of our our meeting. So you spoke very good English because of the overdose Neelu has given to you. Okay.
I have an
Anybody else?
announcement. Can I go ahead, sir? If it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Tomorrow we are having a demo meeting for Uncharted Lawyers Toastmasters Club at 5 o'clock. And I am the TMOD over there. Our intention is to ensure lawyers who are supposed to be good communicators, but we want to showcase to them that even they also need Toastmasters inputs and they should join. So that is what last week also we had, where Deepa and Vandana we had a debate competition. So tomorrow is a demo meeting, 5 o'clock. I'm sharing the link. So I invite all of you to join it. So it will be the first lawyers meeting or Lawyers Toastmaster Chartered Club going forward, maybe in India and maybe abroad also. So welcome to all of you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Milind sir.
We have received.
I think Toastmaster Aakash, can you announce the results, please?
We have received 11 votes. Shall I go ahead with announcing?
Yeah, you proceed. Can you put yourself on the spotlight, please? Yeah.
So, for the best supporting role, the Toastmaster Deepa, Jokemaster won the voting. For the best role taker, TMOD Toastmaster Neelu is the winner.
Can clap your hands.
For the best speaker,
Vandana.
Competition, it goes to myself. Toastmaster Aakash. For the best evaluator, it is again a tight competition. It is Toastmaster Saishri won the voting. For the best auxiliary player, role player, it goes to Grammarian Toastmaster Darmesh. For the table topic speeches, Toastmaster Priyanka Oswal received is the winner. Overall, the rating is around 4 to 5. The rating for the meeting is in the middle of 4 to 5. And yeah.
How many visitors today?
Yes, we have seen 20 participants.
Very good. However, I congratulate all the winners today. It's really a great thing that always there is a winner in our club. I also thank every guest, honorable guest today visited our club. Be coming and enjoy yourself in every session that we are playing, like either impromptu speaking or prepared speech. You will get the communication skills developed in you, as well as the leadership development in you, so that in your corporate world, you can always make use of these kind of what you can say, the experience that you get while attending the Toastmaster Club. And thank you for all the role players. You have done a great job in elevating the meeting, either the speakers, for all the role takers or the impromptu speakers. I congratulate them, and I really happy to announce that today's meeting went on very well, and God bless you all. Now I close the meeting of, this is the meeting number 627 ended. Over to you.